Hi everyone, thank you for coming. My name is Lennon Steiger, and today I'll be talking about music styles throughout the 1900s. So, little background notes. Since I was little, before I could even walk, I was banging on pots and pans in the kitchen. Up until I got my first drum set in 5th grade, music's always been a big part of my life. So, starting with the 1910s with ragtime. Typically, you think of ragtime being swing and stuff, but this is more straightforward. And also another key thing of ragtime in this era was the wooden block and the hanging cymbal on the drum set. So here I have an example. So you can see here he's using a wooden block. Moving on to the 1920s and the 1930s, that's when jazz was introduced. So in the 1920s, it was when, jazz first started in the 1920s, right? But it's coming from ragtime. So it kind of combined to make some swingy ragtime, but it transformed from that in the 1930s to big band jazz, which is 10 to 15 people, and it's a larger size. That's when they added in like trumpets, saxophones, you name it, all those people. So moving on to the 1940s with big band jazz. I gave it its own slide because I found it fascinating how during World War II, this music gave people a smile to put on their face because everybody's spirits were broken, because we're at war. And it helped them smile for a little bit. So I have another example of what that would sound like. So you can see it's upbeat, it makes you kind of want to dance a little bit. So moving on to the 1950s, that's when we have blues and rock and roll. So because of World War II, we were at war and everything. This was an outlet for people, music. And it changed music forever, because nowadays we still listen to rock and roll, we still listen to blues. And it was also not only World War II, but it was also caused from racial tensions. And here's just another quick example of what that would sound like. Because you understand what blues sounds like, what rock and roll in the early ages. So you can see how it's not really what you would typically think of rock and roll nowadays. So moving on to the 1960s, we have rock and roll mixed with alternative. So this era was also known as the British Invasion because this is when all the British bands came over to the US because they found out that their music exploded over here. And an example of that is the Beatles. But if you notice, they're not really a rock band, but they're not really an alternative band. They're in between, and although there's not really a word for that, they're just in between. So. Moving on to the 1970s, we have disco/funk and soul. So this acted as a bridge from the rebellious stages into modern music that we have now. And disco and funk, we still listen to it today. Like it's well known. It just stuck with us throughout time. Now moving on to the 1980s and the 1990s, we have rap, rock, metal. So these are the basically urban music that we have today that are still with us. Some examples of them are, for metal, you have Metallica, for rock, you have the Strokes, and for rap, you have guys like Eminem and Tupac. And it was so popular that those styles were so popular that it just skyrocketed to today. So thank you for coming to my speech.
I don't know.